On this episode, it's Jim Belushi. Welcome to the KJ Today Show, your place for the positive vibes of pop culture, people to know, and pets. Hi, Jim.
Hello. Hi, KJ. How are you?
Oh, my goodness. I am thrilled to be talking to you. And we're here in Indianapolis, which is so close to Chicago. I've got a bunch of fans who went to the Blues Brothers Con last year. Everybody's excited to have you here, Jim.
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah, we were kind of wanted to do the Blues Brothers Con. Well, actually, we're doing it again in Joliet. I think September 9th, I think.
Are
Danny
you really?
and I are going to be there at the Joliet prison, yeah.
I love this. So, I've got obviously, with the Blues Brothers stuff, we've got people who want to, ask questions, and I have some fan questions, but I want to talk to you first and foremost about Growing Belushi, because this show is so, it's so you, and it's so fantastic, but also fascinating that you have become a cannabis farmer.
It is fascinating. I have no idea how I got here, but I'm here. I've been doing it for 7 years, and I've kind of blended acting and comedy with farming. I don't give up anything that I've started, and I just start new things and kind of put them all together. And in this show, it's got great comedy, it's got great story, and it's also got great education that helps with the confidence in cannabis. We show how you grow it. We show how to use it responsibly. We show, the medical benefits of it, and it's really funny. It's like I said, it's our third season, and it's just kind of steamrolling with people watching it. So it's nice to be part of something like this.
What was it, Jim, that made you decide? Did you have an experience where you were like, you know what, I need to get the word out. I need people to know that this works, and I'm just going to grow it myself. Like, when did you have that moment?
Well, I'll give you that moment. It was a paradigm shift. I had this property in Oregon, and cannabis became legal, and Dan Aykroyd said, "Oh, Jimmy, you should be growing cannabis. It's legal. It's the new agriculture." So I started growing, just a few plants, and it steamrolled into this business. And I kind of started it as an agricultural business, but I ran into a veteran at a dispensary visit who had been in Iraq as a medic, and he had triple PTSD, and the VA gave him a bottle of 600 Oxycontin.
Oh.
And he said, I couldn't talk to my wife, my children, and I couldn't sleep, and I got off it with cannabis. And he said, in your strain, the Black Diamond, he said, it's the only strain that I can use that allows me to talk to my wife, my children, and sleep. And he started tearing up, and he hugged me.
Oh.
And I was like, oh, man, I didn't make this. He goes, no, but you're a steward. And that was the day I realized this isn't a business for money. This is a responsibility, and it's a purpose, and it's my responsibility to have as much knowledge as I can about this plant medicine. So I'm in it just to break even, but I'm really in it to spread the word and see how it can help people with, people have Alzheimer's or that rage they have from not understanding, like edibles can bring down that rage. People that are anxious, PTSD, sleeplessness, hopelessness, pain, seizures. It also enhances the sound of music and the taste of food and the touch of your lover's skin. It also makes you feel good. There's nothing wrong with feeling good. I mean, we go through the day trying to feel good, right? And that brought me to the purpose. The purpose. As an actor or an entertainer, I'll always try to do what? Make people feel good. So it was a natural extension for me to move into cannabis because it makes people feel good and blend both things that I do, farming and acting. So I do this show, Growing Belushi, because it's not only about growing cannabis, it's about me growing as a man. It's quite a good show, very funny and very informative.
It is. And I actually wanted to touch base real quick because I'm a huge animal lover, and I actually was an early adopter to CBD for one of my cats who there was nothing that was helping him, and we switched to CBD. And you also have a tincture for dogs as well, right?
Oh yeah, well I'm an animal lover, and I have a beautiful dog, Taro, German Shepherd. He's actually on the TV show. He makes a few cameo appearances. But he worked on the farm pretty hard, and he was limping and having trouble getting upstairs. And so I actually created a CBD product for him. And because in 3 days' time, he was racing up the stairs, beating me again. And so I just put it on my website. I don't really have it in stores. I just put it on my website for people who are animal lovers, and Canine, the movie Canine, they really liked. And it's really just kind of out there. You can only get it on the website if you want to experiment with it. But it's interesting about CBD and animals is you can't give a dog a placebo. You can't mentally set them up that you're going to feel good. It either works or it doesn't. And animals are the first place where you can see the benefits of this cannabinoid CBD, because it really changes the way they walk. Dogs that are anxious, it calms them down. And so now we move into not only CBD, but the CBDs with THC, a 1-to-1, not for animals. But don't give animals THC, but for people, it has the same kind of effect. It really helps people a lot. Just really does. Anxiety. I mean, I take like a little edible to sleep. I don't do Xanax or anything, Ambien. I don't even do Advil anymore. I just do a little edible or take one little hit off of a joint, and I microdose with cannabis. It's been a really great medicine for me.
Growing.
And you know what? Everybody knows somebody who's struggling.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that's the thing. If it can help and you can spread the word with, your celebrity, you're making a difference probably for people that will never even be able to thank you. And that is sort of the beauty of the show. We're talking to Jim Belushi, and the show is Growing Belushi, which you can watch in its 3rd season right now on Discovery. Before I let you go, Jim, because I promised the Blues Brothers fans out there, that we would talk a little bit about that. Excited, and I'll put the date up and the information for the next Blues Brothers Con. But Patrick wanted just real quickly, if you could share a memory. He said, I still have the CD of the Blues Brothers and Friends live from Chicago's House of Blues, and loved that Jim had joined the Blues Brothers then. Can you share a memory from making that particular album and that particular show?
Yeah, it was the opening of the House of Blues in Chicago. It's a juke joint opera house. It's so beautiful. And yeah, I remember being hoarse because I didn't know what I was doing. I was just singing my ass off trying to get through the show. Danny forced me into joining the Blues Brothers, and I was like so scared. I was very young when I was a very young blues singer when I did that show. I think John Goodman was with us actually. It was 25 years ago maybe. Wow. Yeah. That was quite an event. It was quite an event. That album really represents a lot of energy, let me tell you.
Well, and I had actually heard that album before I had ever even, I hadn't seen the movie until I met my husband, but we would listen to that album, and that was kind of what drove me to become a fan. So on behalf of everybody here that loves the fact that you have carried that on with Dan Aykroyd, and thrilled to know that there's going to be another con. Thank you so much, Jim, not only for entertaining us, for making us feel good, but for being out there and doing what you're doing with your show, Growing Belushi.
Thank you so much. You're so kind. It's lovely talking to you, and I love Indianapolis. My daughter-in-law is from Indianapolis area, so we got a nice Indiana girl in our family.
We love to hear that. Thank you so much, Jim. Have a great day, and well, we hope to see you soon here in Indiana.
Thank you so much. Looking forward to it.
Thanks for joining us for another celebrity interview. Of course, the KJ Today Show isn't just about talking to celebs. It's about hanging out with you. Join us live on Wednesday nights for pop culture, people to know, and pets. The KJ Today Show on YouTube. Subscribe and watch live Wednesday nights at 7.